My name is Bob McTaggart. I teach the auto body repair class. I took this class in 1976, and I graduated on a Monday, and I started working Tuesday, and I've been in this trade ever since. I did body work for 25 plus years. I did assistant managing. I wrote estimates and stuff like that, and then when this job came up, actually Mary Spielman came in for an estimate and said the teachers were retiring. I really jumped at it. It's something I even thought about even before it came up. I thought this would be a fun job to do, and I know what the industry needs, and I know what students think, and I know how employers think, and that kind of stuff. So it's really a pleasure to be here. My class, I know Mr. Cheeks went over a lot of the stuff, but there's two different worlds in a body shop. There's a body shop side, there's a paint shop side. They need to get along, but we do some of the stuff similar, but both sides are so technical. It's very difficult to do both. In California, you're doing one or the other. You're not doing paint and body. So anyway, I teach the auto body repair side of it. There's two classes, 2 semesters. A student could go 1 semester if they come as a senior. They could actually come for 1 semester and be employable. They wouldn't have the certificate, but there's jobs for students like that. It's two semesters. First semester is non-structural. The second semester I teach structural. You can see the pictures here. The top left is some students working on a practice fender. I give them fenders to practice on to start with because part of learning is making mistakes. And if they make a mistake on an older fender, it's not a big deal, but if they're on a customer's car, it's a big deal because you can overgrind and overheat things quite a bit. So they learn on those. Right below that is just simple changing a fender on a car, R&R, remove and replace. And on the left there, some students second semester students are putting a car on the frame rack. Cars nowadays are made to collapse. They're softer, so protect the people in the car. So even a smaller hit, the body moves, and we need to put it on the frame rack to get it pulled before we put the outside structure back on. So the first semester, we go over preparation, how to get the car ready to work on it, how to bag parts, how to identify parts, blueprint it, they call it in the trade. We go over vehicle construction and parts identification, how the car is put together. Is it welded? Is it bolted on? Is it glued together? They need to understand that before they can fix the car. Parts identification. Parts are a big part of getting things right, getting things to go smoothly. Shops make mistakes every day. You know, they order the right side, it was the left side. They ordered the quarter panel, it was a fender, windshield, backlash. So students understand all the parts of the vehicle. Metal finishing and body filling. Metal finishing is a skill. It's something that they practice. They do more and more. They get better and faster at it. You could repair a car, you could fix it, or you could replace a panel, but body shops primarily like to fix things because it's labor intensive, and that's where they make their money, on the labor. Body filling, we put body filler over top of our metal after it's been straightened. Movable glass and hardware, door glass primarily, not only from collisions, but San Francisco, I think every 17 minutes a car window is broken. Santa Clara County is getting just as bad. There's even been shortages on door glass and stuff around here, so we go over that. Metal welding and cutting. The outside of the car, bolt on, fenders, door, hood, and all that, but primarily the car is welded together. Students learn how to put it back together to industry standards to where the car is safe to drive again, and then cutting it, different styles of cutting. Plastic bumpers and adhesives, plastics and adhesives, primarily bumpers. Bumpers are becoming very huge nowadays. They're not just down underneath the fenders, they're coming up onto the fenders, they're part of the grill, which makes them more expensive, which makes it better for us because we can put more hours into it repairing it. It's something a student could do the first day when they go there. They could go in, say I can repair bumpers, and then make the shop money the first day. SP2, safety and pollution prevention, I think Mr. Cheeks mentioned this. It's an online program. There's 2 sections to it. There's about 17 videos with a test after each one, and they take a final exam, and then they can print out a certificate at the end, which employers like to see. Hey, you know the safety. Hey, you can learn online as well. So That's required in the classes. Second semester students, we get into more the structure part of it, like I said. Damage analysis, we look at the car, we analyze it. How did it get hit? Where did the energy go? Does it have primary damage, secondary damage? Did it get hidden damage? They're able to identify that. Estimating, we do an online estimating class. Mitchell U, where students, Mitchell is a program, one of 3 programs that body shops use for estimating. But they are able to write an estimate on a car with, again, we'll pick a car out in the parking lot and then we say, okay, it's got this kind of damage, and they're able to write estimates. Not only can they write them, but they can read them and they can understand them. So when they're in a shop, they get an estimate. Estimates are huge in our industry. It's our roadmap. It's what we get paid by. It's legal. It needs to be done if it's on the estimate. There's insurance companies. That's all they do all day long. Body shops, all nowadays, because of direct repair, have a lot of estimators in the shop. They might have 3, 4 estimators in a body shop, and it's a really good job, really good career. Out-of-body panel repair, replacement, and adjustments. Again, it sounds simple to take a door off, a fender off, something like that, but you need to know how to put it on to where it's functioning properly, opening and closing, not having wind noise, water leaks, and that kind of stuff. Customer relations and sales skills. Customer relations, how to act around a customer, how to speak, shirt tucked in, and then sales skills. If they're in the office, they're going to be talking to customers. Well, I want the job. Can we fix this car for you? How to get the job in. On the videos there, the pictures there, excuse me, the left side, we fixed that, I believe it's a Nissan Maxima a little while ago. The center there, they're doing their Mitchell U online there. And on the right side there, there's a picture of a pretty good hit that's a couple second-year students repaired last semester. Value added, field trip, Mr. Cheeks went over that. We went up to UTI, I think it was a very good field trip. UTI is pretty much the only place around after our school that you can go to. There aren't any colleges that close by that teach auto body repair. A lot of employers come to us looking for students because we're pretty much the only show in town. Students don't need to go there. They can go directly into a shop. Shops will help grow them, send them to ICAR classes at night, which they're going to be starting doing here hopefully soon. In our class, they'll be teaching the ICAR classes. But it was a very good field trip. We go to Evergreen every year, show them the new automotive program over there. Some of it goes hand in hand with what we're doing, but again, it's not body shop. They are looking at building a body shop over there. They've applied for the grant as well. They have the dirt, but they'd like to build a body shop, which would be really great for us because we could articulate with them. Guest speakers we have in the classroom. Just a couple weeks ago, we had a former student who actually is a body shop owner now, and he came and talked to them about his journey, how he got there, and his experiences. Also, he's going to be coming this Saturday to help us out to judge the Skills USA competition that's going to be here. So he's given back quite a bit to us, so we appreciate that. The slide on the right there is Josue Dominguez. He's sitting back here. This is his car, and this is about 20 minutes before the bell's going to ring. So for a teacher, it's kind of, hey, Josue, let's get going. But great student, and he'll talk to us in just a second. Job opportunities, labor market, endless job opportunities. It can go on forever. These are some of our close sponsors, shops, helpers. Golden West, Mr. Cheeks mentioned our trade fair last year. They hired 3 students on the spot, and they're all still working there today. I got an email from them yesterday saying, hey, when are you doing your next job fair? They want to come down, help out. They said they do guest speaking and that kind of stuff, whatever we need. Labor market, these are really, for me, I really don't like looking at these because they usually do the United States, and it makes it look like we don't make any kind of money here because we're in California. But primarily, a journey person makes $32 an hour. Most shops will have you go commission, which means you get paid for the amount of work you do. $60, $70, $80, $90, $100,000 is not unheard of. But again, you need to work. It's not come in, sit on your cell phones. And we go over that with students, and I think they understand that, you know, it's not a walk in the door and get a check kind of deal. Okay? I'd like to,
If you got, I just wanted to ask a couple of things.
Sure.
Very nice presentation. I think for a lot of us, we don't sometimes realize how modern cars, plastic components and even the sheet metal is so lightweight now for fuel efficiency. But, the crumple zones and the safety designs, our cars are literally designed to sacrifice themselves in a bad accident.
that's correct.
And so sometimes people are frustrated when a little parking lot encounter causes more damage than they would expect. It's just because of those safety systems. But it was a nice presentation in that regard. Two questions. First, the easier question, and then the second one is more of an idea or a thought or a suggestion. Do you teach anything in the area of the paintless dent removal techniques? We go over it, we talk about it, I show actually YouTube videos on it. It is using the same techniques that we use, the hammer and dolly, or the opposite and equal pressure. They're using rubber hammers, nylon tips and that kind of stuff, but it is something that students could pick up with using the same skills, just different tools. So we do go over it. I do not have the tools to teach it. I only bring that up, it's a bit of a cottage industry, but you can go online and just Google PDR and you'll have page after page. And a lot of these for-profit entities, you go away for a 3-day weekend and come back with a tool set and off you go and you start doing PDR work.
They would still need the skills. I mean, it's not just put the hammer back there and hit it kind of thing. They need to read the metal, read the paint and see what it's doing and stuff. But no, that's a very good, it's another avenue that students can go down as well.
Now here's maybe a thought or a question, but and we always want to partner, and I'm looking at a list that we always want to partner with significant companies in this valley. Tesla, I know, has been very, they try to exert a great deal of control in terms of who does body repairs on their vehicles. And I know it's just select places. If you own a Tesla and you're in a significant accident,
You have to be certified to work on their cars.
they're going to point you to very specific places to get that work done. Is there, just to throw it out there, maybe since Tesla is a Bay Area company, maybe we should try to approach Tesla and maybe somehow incorporate that into what we're doing in this area that will somehow benefit from the fact that Tesla's right here in Fremont. And why not have some kind of a connection with them and have our students perhaps benefit from that as well? Just a thought. I know it would require some effort to reach out and make connections, but
You volunteering?
I'll tell you a true story. This is years ago, before he was big, but I detailed for Elon Musk, and this takes us way back to 1996, before PayPal, but at the time, and before Tesla and before SpaceX. But he was in downtown Palo Alto, and he had a software company at the time, and the car that he owned, he still has. It's a Jaguar XKE. It's a classic. It's now in storage with SpaceX down in LA. But he was an interesting guy. He was kind of like Albert Einstein. He came to the door, and his hair was crazy. He was just like Albert Einstein, a really interesting guy. But Tesla's right here. It's in fact, we had a student that spoke to us. Remember? Yeah, that worked at Tesla, and I believe her job on the assembly line was installing the hatch on the sedan, on the Tesla S. So, which is a big deal. But what are your thoughts?
We have quite a few students, well, the collision side, the repair side, and the manufacturing side. Tesla, we have written up on our boards, Tesla's hiring and the website and all that stuff, and tell them you're from SVCTE, and Nathan, I believe his phone number or something. Anyway, they know us. They want our students. As far as the collision side, yes, it's something that they could go into, but they need experience. It's not something that you're just going to walk out of here and start working on. Aluminum, there's a lot of computers on board. There's different ways to do it. Sometimes you don't weld aluminum. Like BMW, you don't weld them. They're glued together and pop riveted from the factory.
The Ford F-150 now has an aluminum body.
Correct.
They get body damage. They're at shops that they work on Ferraris because they have an aluminum body truck.
Well, aluminum needs to be in its own area, using its own tools. If you use a hammer from a metal file on that, you contaminate the aluminum, and there's all kinds of problems with that as well. So it's really specialized. Like you said, there's only a couple shops that are certified to do BMWs, Mercedes, and that kind of stuff. Pan American is one of them. We do take a field trip there every once in a while, and one of our former students, who makes over $100,000 a year, is in that aluminum room and doing BMWs and Porsches and stuff
Did you
like
guys
that.
take a field trip to Tesla?
We have not, we've tried before in the past. They usually say they can't handle us, a bigger group like this. They usually like smaller people. But, you know, we would love to make a bigger connection with them.
I'll try, I'll volunteer myself, I'll try that because I'm a good friend with the Mayor Lily, over in the Fremont. So I'll ask her to.
Oh, nice.
See if we can make some connection there.
Thank you very much. Thank you.